I was hosting cruises, just getting a whole bunch of car clubs together, and then we just take over the highway and all that. And then after the news picked it up, I was like, oh, let me step back a little bit.
There was causing havoc.
Yeah, we came on
Shutting
the
down
news
the
twice.
streets.
Yeah, Fox 4 News picked it up twice.
Welcome you and all to another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast, where we talk about, say it with me, I know you know it, Latino, everything. Thank you very much for being here. Happy New Year to all the ones that are watching right now. It's about that time. Within a week, 5 days, 4 days, whatever, it's going to be New Year's. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel right now. Help the Latino content grow on YouTube. Help the Latino content grow on YouTube. It is free. And because you do that, you are supporting all the channels, especially this channel right here. Thank you for the ones that already subscribe. We appreciate it very much. It means tons. You don't understand how much it is. Today, because we're showing representation about amazing Latinos doing amazing things. Like today, we have a gentleman that is very accomplished, has over 10 certifications in different fields. He is the owner of Spiderweb Media LLC that was founded in 2018. They do marketing here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he has created, his goal is to create a stunning content for businesses like yourself to grow and draw customers. We have the one and only the young man, Mario Herrera en la casa.
What is going on, guys?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you very much for taking the time. I know we've messaged before on social media and things like that.
Right.
I've been knowing about you for years. I know that you've been busy doing different things, and I thought you were an amazing person to talk to. I like the small motivation clips that you do, a coffee cup. I think we were talking about
coffee. Yeah.
Coffee
back
talk.
then, coffee. I think it was like 2 episodes.
It's all good, but I really enjoy the fact of the positivity,
right.
And educating people on different things, different areas, and I thought it was pretty dope. So thank you very much for being here.
Got it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and continue with a segment that I like to call Preguntas al Chile. Let me just say that we started this segment about 3 years ago.
Preguntas al Chile.
You see other segments. I'm not saying they took it from us, but I'm just saying if you like other people see, if you like this, you like that. I'm just saying 3 years ago, we began doing this journey of Preguntas al Chile. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
¿Estás listo? ¿Tacos o burritos?
Tacos, for sure.
Corn tortilla or flour tortilla?
Flour.
Gorditas o sopes?
Sopes.
Jarritos or Fanta?
Jarritos.
Agua de horchata, Jamaica, tamarindo?
Tamarindo for that one.
Salsa verde or salsa roja?
Neither.
You don't like spicy food at all? Are you allergic to it, or you just don't like it?
No, I just never liked it.
That's
Like my
all good.
sisters would make fun of me back then that, you don't need chile or anything, but no, never
Okay.
liked it.
So you're Mexican descent, correct?
Right.
Okay. I don't know if you heard about this young singers, regional singers. Damn, I forgot their name, but anyways, they were made fun of because they went to Mexico. They did an interview.
Right.
I think it's I forget her name, the young lady and the group, but they were interviewing in Mexico, and they were telling them like they don't really like Mexican food, the cuisine. They're most likely chicken nuggets,
Right.
and wings. But if you think here in the United States, what kid does not eat chicken nuggets and wings?
True.
And their palate is not accustomed to the food that we have in
Right.
Mexico, even if they're with Mexican family.
True.
I mean, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
It's like, even though if you're Mexicano, you feel like you eat spicy food. No, it's not, because it just depends on where you grew up at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when did you find out you didn't like it at all? Just always.
Since I was little, I was like, I don't want to be tortured while I'm eating. Like, I'll do Valentina and all that, but as far as like hot sauce, no, can't do it.
Hey, so good, so good. Do you like menudo or pozole?
Menudo for that one.
Churros or flan?
Churros.
Valentina, Tapatio, Cholula, or Tabasco hot sauce?
So it was Valentina at first, but
Yeah.
I think I'm switching to Cholula.
Cholula? You
Yeah.
like that better?
Yeah.
That's cool. Conchitas, the pastries, the brown ones, the white ones, or the pink ones?
The brown ones.
The brown ones? Yeah,
Yeah.
chocolatito. I used to
Yep.
love them things. Okay, a conspiracy theory that when you heard it one time, you're like, it has to be true. Ain't no way it can't be true.
The usual one, the aliens.
The
I'm like,
aliens?
I think they're real.
You think so?
I'm on the fence about it, but it's a possibility.
What makes you want to think that as far as why it's more likely that there is than there's not?
I mean, with the universe being so big, I'm like, how can there not be something else? Like, we can't be the only ones here, because a lot of people talk about like what's the thing over supposedly it's over the Earth and
The
stuff.
ozone?
It's something else.
The dome?
The dome.
The dome.
The dome.
That
That's what
doesn't
it
let
was.
us get out of here?
Right. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, you never know. I'm open to anything.
I was telling our previous guest, Christy Lux, we were talking about how we just say infinity, but we don't really sit and grasp that it just keeps going and going and going.
Right.
With that, there's no way that within every, and then we talk about just our galaxy, which is the Milky Way, but if there's other galaxies that they
Right.
found that have similar, supposedly they say they have similar things of what it is. The likelihood of something like that not being like for us to be here was perfect conditions, right? But was
Right.
not to say that it didn't happen in any other place.
True.
They have their own sun, they have their own moon, they have their own planets. Maybe they don't look exactly like us. Maybe they don't even look like little green or gray men, but maybe they look like some kind of species or something.
See, I had a theory about that. I was
Okay.
like, okay, the ancient people that were here before, what if they somehow left Earth, but in that other planet, like their skin changes, they don't need mouths to communicate because they're so advanced, and like the body changes by being in a different environment.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it's just depending on the region on Earth here that you are,
Right.
you look different. Like
Right.
Europeans have a lot of hair because it's a lot of colder, or it's colder in climate, so you need more, different things to adapt to that particular environment, or even your skin tone
Right.
changes. I like that theory.
Yeah.
How about this one? How about this one? Check this one out. So I heard there's tribes out there, native tribes,
Mhm.
that they talk about people from the stars.
Right.
So apparently there was other places that there were there, and they made their way to Earth. And if you think about it, there's different. We are all so different. Like Egyptians, even though they might have pyramids, are way different than the Aztec people as far as even the way they look and function, things
Right.
like that. So even the native indigenous American people, they're different than they were. What's not to say that we were right here from somewhere else prior to,
True.
and I don't know why they just didn't continue to come back, or maybe something happened that they couldn't come back. But
We're just a giant experiment.
I'm saying possibility. I like to question everything. I believe in a lot of things, like you said earlier. I believe everything's possible too, but at the same time, I feel like we should question things.
Yeah,
What's
I
going?
take everything in. I'm like, let me
Yeah.
keep it in the back of my head, and then once I see certain stuff moving, I'm like, okay, maybe it was true.
Right. And then, have you ever run into some things that you thought about, and before it just developed like to you, like it was revealed to you that that's what it was, and be like, damn, so it was right.
I guess not conspiracy stuff, but
Uh huh.
stuff that happened, I guess, like around the world. Like before they put cameras on the street lights,
Yeah.
I had been told about that was gonna happen and all that. And then once I saw it start happening, I was like, oh wow, okay. There's
When was the time when you noticed you had thought about it, and all of a sudden you have like a premonition, not a premonition, but more like a you're looking around and like there's a camera. I'm like, oh my god, they're all over.
I don't know. Everything happens like slowly. Like
Yeah.
whenever things happen, it's always slowly. It's like they'll put one camera here, but then wait a few, and then another camera, and eventually all street lights have
But you
cameras.
happen to have a moment that you notice, damn, there's cameras all over the place.
I was probably like 14,
Yeah.
and I had been told about it. Maybe I was like 10 or something, or
Yeah.
somewhere around there. But yeah, it's like it's crazy.
Right. It's true. They're always watching too. Pretend like, yeah, they're watching. You could tap into every camera. Okay. When you just hear the word Latino, Latina, or Latinx, what first comes to mind to you?
Hard workers,
Hard
for
workers.
sure. Yeah,
Do you consider yourself Latino? Do you consider Mexican American, American? What would you be like to be addressed like, or you don't care?
No, I don't really care. It's I put Latino whenever I'm filling something out. Like don't put white or anything like that.
Right. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. So tell me real quickly before you get into your story, the name of your company is Spiderweb Media. Has it always been Spiderweb or it was changed?
It was changed. I don't know
Uh-huh.
if you found
Yes.
those those old photos that I used to take.
So it used to have a spider logo
Right.
and it used to be just spider.
No, it was ES Photography
ES
back then.
Photography.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I kind of changed it from there because I was like, I don't want to stick just in the photography realm. And then eventually that's where it grew to Spiderweb Media, or just everything media related. Then that's what I offer.
Okay. So what made the first company? What was it, a kind of like a company that you wanted to start up? Was it just first one? And what do you mean by E? What is the E?
Oh man. Okay. So ES stood for something. I'm not gonna say the first one unless people that are watching know. Then you know. Then you know. But the S stood for spider. So it was like something spider photography.
So it was a partner of yours?
No, it was just on me. Yeah.
What I don't want you to push the on it, but is there a secret? Why you want to keep it a secret? Somebody that you don't.
No. Okay, I'll say it
Mhm.
since people are watching. So it was as a spider photography, but there was a reason for that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was like, no, it doesn't sound professional. I would need something where I can do photos, videos, and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's where I changed it to Spiderweb Media.
Yeah.
So kind of the spider web was where everything's connected together. The photos, videos, shooting content and all that. Everything's connected whenever you're doing marketing.
So it's a web of different media, different
Right.
places that you can branch out to
Right.
do whatever it is that you do nowadays. Oh,
Yep.
that's pretty cool. All right. So do you have you were raised here in Dallas, Texas?
Right.
You always been here. You moved around in different areas.
Right.
Do you remember did y'all move a lot? Is there a reason why y'all moved a lot, or did you just?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of Hispanic families move a lot whenever like they're younger.
Yeah.
It's like you're either living with someone or you're living here for a little bit, then you move the next year. But yeah, I don't know why we moved a lot.
Yeah. Did you is there a particular neighborhood or place that you liked a lot that you had good memories with growing up?
Yeah, so it was an apartment complex on Northwest Highway, and I think it was Skillman area.
Yeah.
But they knocked it down and I never realized how big those apartments were, but
Yeah.
there was like 5 swimming pools in that apartment complex.
Jesus, are you serious?
That's how big it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, they knocked it down, put a whole bunch of Targets and Walmarts and all that. But yeah, I think that area, I guess it's considered North Dallas area.
The North Dallas, Delia and all them area around that area?
A little further down.
Uh-huh.
So Skillman
Yeah.
and Skillman and like East Northwest Highway.
Yeah. Was there because of the pool that you had great memories, or you just growing up there was pretty
No,
interesting?
just growing up there. Had friends, we'd be out there like at night, just pretty much doing anything.
You had pretty free a lot of freedom when you were growing up? Was your
No.
strict parents?
No, I barely could go out. So whenever I could go out, then I enjoy it to the fullest. But yeah,
So your parents were kind of strict with mom and dad?
right.
Yeah. And that's because of other things that they seen when you were growing up? Like
Probably, yeah.
yeah,
It's
'cause-
like they don't want to, go down the wrong path. But
Yeah.
either way, like you kind of go down the wrong path, and then eventually you kind of straighten out. And
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so I remember you say that you didn't know exactly where your parents were from. Like, so
right,
you're
right.
first generation, or your parents been here, your grandparents got here first. How did it work out for you?
So yeah, so it'd be me. They're from Mexico, and then pretty much we came here. Pretty much born here. Like I haven't left Texas ever. I think
Ever?
no ever.
Yeah, you never. What part of Mexico are they from? Do you know?
Coahuila.
Coahuila.
Yeah.
And they never talked about going back or going visiting by any chance.
No, not really.
Really? Do you have any urge or desire to just check it out to see where they grew up, your parents?
Somewhat, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of want to travel to different places.
Ah.
Like outside of Texas.
Where is give me the two top, let me see, three top places that you really want to see.
Top places. I'd say Alaska. Um, Canada for sure. The third one, something local. Uh, 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 uh. I don't know on that third one.
No,
But the top ones, maybe Hawaii. I wouldn't
Hawaii.
mind going to Hawaii.
I like Canada. Canada was nice. Hawaii was dope. It was freaking amazing. I recommend
How's the
it.
weather?
It was beautiful,
Nice.
nice, pleasant, water all over the place. Why Alaska? That was an interesting one.
Just to check it out, because I don't feel a lot of people travel to Alaska just to go check it out.
Would you go during the summertime? Because I heard it's beautiful
Mhm.
during the warm weather.
Right.
I wouldn't want to go in the wintertime.
I mean, I don't know how it is. Like, I haven't looked into it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to have my other plans set up. Once all that's established, then I'm like, okay, where do I want to go?
Have you gone? So you never left Texas at all whatsoever?
Never, unless like
Wow.
it's for work. I've gone to like Colorado, like Las Vegas, and all these different
But
parts.
out of the states.
No.
Yeah, you need to
Ever.
work on your passport, bro. Go see the world. At least
No.
one time. It really. I was telling somebody. I keep saying like one of your requirements to graduate is to be able to go out of state, out of the
Mhm.
country, anywhere, just a week or so, just to
Right.
see the culture, the people, the way they were raised, and then I don't know what it does to you, but you just like your vision, your mind, your thoughts change of the way you're accustomed to compared to how the people live,
Right.
and it's just like that's crazy. They do this every day, and nothing to do with the way you function
Right.
in your daily life. I
Yeah.
recommend it
No,
highly.
yeah, I'm trying to set everything up on my end here, and
Yeah,
then I'm like, okay, after that, then I'm free to travel. I'm
that's
like,
really
I
dope.
just want my business to be good, everything set, and then I feel I have that more freedom to go wherever I want.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think you're doing great work for yourself to be able to put yourself in place. I like that you have a plan of when you feel like that will be the time, but I highly recommend it whenever you do, just
Okay.
to Europe, freaking even a island somewhere, just to be there.
Yeah. Once I do it, I'll be gone for like a month or so,
Oh
just
yeah,
going different places.
I'm going. My top places right now for me will be I want to go Costa Rica or Belize around that area. I definitely want to see Cuba. I'm going to
Nice.
see Cuba. I'm going to see Puerto Rico. I want to see for sure Belize. And then Europe, I don't know why Ireland draws me to go and check it out and see.
Right.
Maybe just some of the scenery of movies where they just, I picture myself just drinking like stepping outside wherever I'm at, enjoying the cool air and just sipping some coffee and be like,
Nice.
oh man, I'm here. Look at this.
What about France? Have you been to France or anything?
No comment on France. I would not want to go over there just to pass by and look at it. I passed by there. So I have been to Europe before.
Mhm.
I've been to Germany, Frankfurt, which is the cleanest city I ever been to when I was there.
Uh,
I've been to Spain, Barcelona,
mhm.
and I've been to Italy, Rome.
God,
It's super dope. We travel
Rome.
on a train. I barely passed through France, but even just passing through, it wasn't kind of pleasant for me.
Oh,
Even
what?
this small interaction that I was like, nah, I'm good. If you're from France, if you live, my bad, my opinion. That's
Yeah,
all.
please don't ban this video.
Don't not please don't shadow ban, whatever they call it nowadays. Okay, so tell me about you how you began. So you go from one name,
Right.
you change it because your vision starts changing as far as what you want. What changed that made you want to feel like the name had to be tied to some of the services that you want to provide?
So I guess I gotta go like way back, like
Yeah,
high school.
absolutely.
So back then I was like taking pictures at school, doing videos here and there, but nobody ever told me like, hey, like I see you like doing that a lot, like maybe it's something you should pursue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which someone should have, but yeah, nobody noticed. So I started editing random pictures of cars. So there's like a lot of car clubs in the Dallas area, and I started randomly editing their photos and stuff. And they liked it, so I was like, well, I kind of like doing this too. So I started learning how to do Photoshop, how to edit better. Then graduated to shooting videos, figured out like frame rates and how to shoot it, what's the best camera to use if needed, and then editing those videos. And I
Yeah.
just started shooting car club videos to start with.
But you told me it's all about accident. Did anybody invite you to a place and just start shooting pictures, or how did that go?
Um, that one I don't remember. I don't know if I reached out to car clubs or through me photoshopping their cars that they had posted. They just invited me to start shooting music video. Well, not music videos, but videos for them.
Was there any particular place where you were placing them, like social media?
Just Facebook and YouTube.
It's still Facebook at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah. No. What was the other one right before? Oh,
MySpace.
MySpace. Oh my God, I
We don't
forgot.
even remember it.
I forgot about that one.
Right. No, yeah, it was Facebook. I would download their image. Like it was just basic edits, like put uh their headlights turned on. I did some crazy ones where I would chop off the roof where it would look like it was a convertible car or something.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you ever have any desire to, as a young guy, to be able to grab a camera and start snapping pictures at all, or how the idea, or who gave you the camera to even go and start getting out there and taking pictures?
I mean, no one. So in school, I would just do it. Like if we had little activities we had to do and they needed pictures, I would just volunteer so I wouldn't have to do the work. Um,
Did you use their camera?
their camera, yeah. It
Yeah.
was a big camera that it used a floppy disk
Oh
to get
shoot.
to get the images.
A floppy disk used to be
Yeah,
what a memory card
right.
is nowadays. Back
Yeah,
in the days.
it was just a big square, and I was like, I mean, whatever gets me out of having to do the work, then that's what I was doing. Then eventually, I got my own camera. I think I found it in a pawn shop or somewhere. But it
Really?
was a little pink point and shoot camera, just a little regular one.
And point and shoot is there's no zooming, nothing.
Right,
It's just
nothing.
that's it.
Yep.
But it's not a disposable one either.
No, no, not disposable.
Really.
Um,
And you really have to be up close or far away if you wanted to get whatever angle you wanted. It
yeah,
wasn't like pushing a button.
right. And they had digital zoom, but yeah, it was not good at all. But I was like, let me practice with this so I could get better quality pictures compared to the old one with the floppy disk, and then just started editing from there. Just
How shortly after you posted those pictures did those car clubs start reaching out to you?
pretty fast actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started with like one car club, shot their video. People liked it. Now that I look back on it, I was like, oh yeah, that was kind of rough. But like everybody starts somewhere. Like you're not gonna be perfect like right out of the gate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I did one car club, and then it grew to multiple car clubs, and after that, it just grew to like doing cruises with all those car clubs.
Who was that car club? The first one. Do you remember who they were?
Oof. Um,
So many of them.
right. If I had to guess, it was probably most hated car club.
Most hated car club.
Yeah, at a Pleasant Grove.
And did you just shot the actual footage, and then did you embedded any music in it?
Yeah. I put music. Cut up the clips of like them doing burnouts or swerving on the highway and stuff like that.
How long was that video? The first one. Was that
Um,
the very very first one?
yeah, probably maybe like 3 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Just probably like the length of the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too long.
How do you feel whenever you got it done and they got it in their hands and they started posting it?
It got some traction.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, like now that I look back at it, I was like, I know it was rough, but like that was back then, what, 2013,
Uh huh.
before like I officially made the company like an LLC.
Yeah.
But no, people liked it.
Yeah. And then after that, of course, all the other car clubs just wanted to. Was
Right.
there anybody else doing what you was doing at that time?
Um, as far as I know, no, not like locally. Afterwards, yeah, because I mean, there's always photographers like at car shows and all that. But as far as doing like music videos for car clubs, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I saw.
So you continue working on that. I'm pretty sure you're working your regular job, but just keep working on the craft. So you
Right.
just continually keep showing up and working with different car clubs.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I can't remember which one happened first, but I'm pretty sure it was car clubs, and then just started shooting music videos for local artists.
For local artists.
Right.
The what was your very first music
Ooh,
video, and who was the artist? You remember?
jeez, that one I don't remember.
No,
I
it's been a minute. It was 2013 or 14, somewhere around there.
yeah, it was like, what was that, 10 years?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Yeah. I do know.
Uh huh.
Donny Boy. I don't know if he still goes by that
Donny
name.
Boy. Oh
From
yeah, I
Fort
know he
Worth.
is. Yes.
He's a good rapper. So shout out to him for letting me shoot the
Stoner
very first
Circle.
music.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
still do music, but I had seen them not that long ago post, so I might have them on social media. Stoner Circle, Donny
Right.
Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he let me. I told him like, hey, I'm trying to do start shooting music videos. If like I'll do it for free and all that. And he was like, yeah, come on. Not he raps good.
Oh, he's a really good
Yeah.
artist. He's a really good he got great lyrics.
Oh yeah,
So the very first one.
that was the
And
very first one.
okay, take me back that place. Where was it at? What was the idea did you have? You never done a music video. How did you
Never.
prepare to try to even begin to do a music video?
So main thing that I did was just like listening to music to
Mhm.
see what he was talking about, to see where we could shoot it. He had ideas where he wanted to shoot it. So I kind of go went based off that. I think it was at his place where he would record the music. We did some in a parking garage in Fort Worth. Um, where else did we do it? Some other random areas just to show, I guess, different parts of Fort Worth.
Mhm.
But yeah, I had like the equipment I had. I had a stabilizer made out of PVC and stuff.
You make your own.
Made my own. I YouTubed it. I was like, I can't buy one yet. So yeah, I made it out of PVC.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is wild. How did you find Donnie? Did you see him around?
Um. So the very first time I met him was with U Dog. I think he was recording a song with him or something,
Yeah.
or U Dog was
So you were in the studio visiting?
right. Yeah. Because I don't know how I met U Dog, but
There was a lot back in the days in that time. There was a lot of people doing car shows, but they were also selling their CDs at the time.
right,
Maybe during that time, or
probably
Traders Village too. There was a lot of them selling CDs
true.
at that time too.
Yeah, I don't know how I ended up in the studio when they were doing their thing, but yeah, when I first heard him rap, I was like, oh man, like he's a good rapper. Like the sound, like the lyrics, how he puts them together, it was good.
So once y'all shot the video and put it out, how was the feedback? First of all, was it difficult for you to get matching the lyrics or what you wanted to see? And of course you were doing it for free. I don't know if he had high expectations. Well,
Right.
what did he say once the finished product was done?
I don't remember what he said, but I mean, a free music video is a free music video. So, hopefully he liked it. Because I don't know if he had a lot of videos at that time, so he was like the perfect person to start recording with.
Yeah. And then how did you feel whenever it was already done, said, and
Um,
out in the world?
I mean, back then, from never doing a music video, I was like, oh, I did a good job
You did a great job.
with my PVC stabilizer.
That is wild to me, bro.
Yeah.
And not to mention 10 years ago, you've been 10 years in the game. They say 10,000 hours to be able to get mastery.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, you have to do the grind to be able to get to where you're at now,
Yeah.
you know?
A lot of
But
people forget that.
yeah. Now, what is the how many rough estimate? How many music videos do you think you shot from that time till now? Because I
Oof.
know you not even 8 months ago, maybe you posted a music video on your channel from a
Mhm.
gentleman. So I know you still do some of the music videos still.
Right. Yeah. So, I guess depending which one it was, if it's a Keo, then that was the most recent one that I
Yeah,
did.
I believe so. It's in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah. So it's him. Yeah. So I'll do music videos here and there, but it's just certain people. Like if I had worked with them in the past, and I've known, I guess the guy he's working with, um, helps him, I guess, get these music videos going,
Right.
and I've worked with him from 2011 or something.
Oh wow.
So I don't really do music videos anymore, but if he asks, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll go out there and do a music video. As far as the total, I have no idea. Maybe 50 or more if I had to guess, because it's different ones. Like there's rap videos. There's one I did with the lady that I guess more church related,
Yeah.
and then it's just random videos, but they're not really considered music videos.
Okay. What was the biggest artist that you remember doing a video with, of one of the artists that were working with that particular? I know that you are enjoying the episode for today. If you are, so please subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment, leave us a thumbs up, and now back to the episode.
Um, Probably the biggest one was Big Gemini,
Big Gemini,
right?
being from
And
Dallas.
same thing. I have behind the scenes pictures of my PVC stabilizer on that one.
How long did you use that before you upgraded? Because it seemed like you were investing on the business too, on
Right.
your equipment.
I don't know how long.
But it works though.
Yeah,
So why
like
change
surprisingly it worked.
it?
But no, yeah, now there's like electronic ones and all that, so I use those now.
Yeah.
It makes it much easier.
So from that, were you doing and distributing your business card and people were finding you, or did you have your channel or posting on social media and people were referencing you to do the church and
Right.
different things? Because you're really I've seen the roofers and more recent stuff. But at that
Mhm.
time, were you doing quinceañeras? Were you doing weddings?
Right.
That stuff.
Yeah. So pretty much everything's come from Facebook. I used to
Mm,
pass out business cards back then, like when I was shooting the cars.
yeah.
But nowadays it's just social media. I was doing like quinceañeras, weddings, um, what else? Just like portraits and stuff like that. I was like, anything to keep me practicing and put more content out there, then perfect.
Yeah.
But on the back end, I was working on other stuff while putting that out there.
Yeah. What were the other things that you were diving into as
Like
you were growing?
building websites, the whole marketing aspect, how to run ads, the psychology of marketing. That's
Yeah.
like the biggest thing that I enjoyed more because you kind of have to think of how people think whenever they're looking at your product.
Okay.
And yeah, just all that included. But I didn't tell anybody. I was just putting my regular stuff out there. So I was like, I don't think anyone's going to be interested in marketing. But I had been doing that since 2018.
What turned you that direction? What made you want to start, even though you were not telling people to look into it and start really diving in there really deep, even to the psychology part? Because some people say they're marketers, but all they do is take your money and run ads, which it could yield results, but not all the time.
Right. Um, forgot what the question was.
When did you see that you needed to veer that direction with marketing,
God,
even though you were doing the photography, which kind of technically a little bit entails part of the marketing, but not everything. It's
right.
just one aspect. But when you saw that, you were like, I need to start steering this way because I see there's something happening here.
So I'm gonna say when I made the company in LLC, so like 2018.
2018.
I was working on a website for a roofing company, and then on the back end, you see all the analytics where people are um, landing on, if they're like spending 2 minutes on looking at your photos, the form submissions, and all that. And I was like, I like this. Like I enjoy looking at data,
Mm,
and I was like, I think I'm gonna keep looking more into this. And then over the years, I was like, okay, I'm studying how to do Google Ads, how to work Google Analytics, and all that. So I was like, eventually, I'm gonna put it out there and then start marketing for companies.
okay. Why did you decide to take it into an LLC? Uh, it's a big commitment. Of course, there's additional funds to even get it done. I don't know if
Right.
you did it yourself or you went through. Nowadays, they have these websites that you're able to file it.
Right.
Why did you want to take into that? Because it's a more serious step whenever you get into that.
Right. So to be able to get paid from that first company that I was managing their website, so I created it and then started managing. They needed like a W-9. And so I was like, let me make this official, like make it an LLC, make sure I can write off certain things if I'm buying equipment and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty much that was the reason.
Yeah. So in order for you to be more legitimate
Right.
and have you pay the right way, you have to be able to make an LLC.
Right.
That's dope. Okay, you take it serious as far as the marketing because you have like 10 certificates. Mostly are within the marketing.
Right.
Where is it from Google? The certifications, or where did you go?
Yeah. So it's Google. You can go through Google. You can do Coursera, I think it's called.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of free ones. There's some paid ones, but the ones I'd recommend is like Coursera or just through Google
Yeah.
because they offer it themselves.
And then do you find them to be helpful for you to learn more about what it is marketing and how is it to implement it correctly for the most effective, the most for your dollars that you're spending into Google Ads?
Yeah. So it like everything pretty much gives you the basics. After that, you actually have to go in and do it because like it changes all the time. Because there's certain keywords that you have to pay more for. Some you can pay less, but it changes. Then same with the SEO. That's changing all the time. You'll put certain keywords into your website, but then after let's say a week, that keyword is like no longer ranking that good, and then you just have to go back in, change it, see what's working, and it's like I think that's what I like about marketing. That it's just constantly changing.
Wow. So the other thing that I is find it interesting is not only do you actually, I don't know if you actually did the roofing work, but you were actually work with a lot of roofers. Have
Mhm.
done a lot of their videos because you also have a license for to operate a drone.
Right.
But what makes you want to be diving into like literally know what they're doing, how it works? does it help you with the psychology part as far as be able to know how to implement a campaign better?
Yeah. So whenever I was doing my whole studying to do the marketing, I was like, I need to like get into the business so I know what's going on, like how they inspect the roof, questions that homeowners have, because that'll help with campaigns. You kind of know what they're looking for, um, how the crews are ran, because that's important, because that they're literally on your roof. If they mess something up, then that can cost you thousands of dollars. So yeah, it helped, and I just thought it was a good step to take. I like to dive in whenever I'm working with a company, try to learn as much about it, and then I kind of know how to market, because every company has a voice. Like either it's professional, or it's a laid back voice, or serious. So I kind of had to learn uh, how the environment is, and then when I'm making posts for them, I kind of know what type of wording to use.
And with that, you want to create an image that aligns with who they are,
Right.
not create somebody that somebody will talk to and be like, that's not the same person
Yeah.
that I thought I saw on the ads or whoever.
Yeah, yeah, because people will notice that. Like if you respond differently compared to someone previously, like they'll notice that, and they're like, "Oh, there's multiple people here,"
Yeah.
and you try to like make it as smooth as possible, where they don't question like, "Oh, is this like the company running this that's messaging back, or it's a marketer?"
Mm,
So
okay.
yeah,
When did you start learning about websites? Let's go back on that part.
got it.
Where did you when did you start learning about doing website? What got you to want to do the websites? Did you saw another stream of income, or you just fell in your lap and you wanted to go ahead and do it? Realized that it wasn't crazy challenging. It's doable.
Yeah. So the first company that I worked with in 2018, they wanted a new website, and I didn't really know, but that's why I say like Latinos are hardworking, because I was like, I'll figure it out. Like
Hmm.
I'll learn how to build one and stuff like that. And I think that's why I kind of went into marketing, because then there's the SEO for it, call to actions, and all that. And I learned all that.
Tell me about the SEO. What is it? What does it stand for? And what are you aiming to do whenever you create an SEO website or even a campaign?
So search engine
Uh
optimization. So
huh.
pretty much, let's say, I guess we'll stick with the roofers. If someone's saying it types in Google like roofer near me or roof repair, that's more organically if you have keywords in your website. So hopefully you'll rank. If you have enough keywords, then it helps. But that's the free version versus running paid campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Because paid campaigns, same thing. You can put keywords if they're searching for that specific keyword, or you can put like a broad. So if they're searching for a roof replacement, but then they type in roof repair, like your keyword is roof replacement, and they say roof repair, it's still kind of close. So it'll still show your ad whenever they type that
So on
in.
your website, when you're building it, you want to include roof repair somewhere in the wording of this to be able to line up with Google, so they'll be able to pop up.
Right.
Uh,
But it takes longer doing it that way
yeah.
versus paid campaigns. But so if you have the budget for it, yeah, paid campaigns are easier.
What about people that's like, why do I have to pay? You know, if I just do the free version, the this and that, I'm just giving you your money.
Right.
What do you say to people like that? Is it effective?
As far as paid campaigns,
Yes.
yeah, no. I started doing paid campaigns for this new company that I'm working with now, and yeah, they saw results within the first 3 days. Like because I can track how many phone calls, if people ask for directions, form submissions, and all that. So I can track that it's coming from Google, what keywords they typed in, and then because you can click on Google to make a phone call directly,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what they wanted. They wanted phone calls. So I was able to track what keyword they typed in, and then that resulted in the call to the business.
Now, there's because I watched some of the marketing videos
Mhm.
too. A lot of the times, have you run multiple campaigns to try different phrases to see which one's giving you better results?
Right.
To be able, do you use that strategy, or do you just focus on one first, let it run, and maybe redo the next one and let it run? Or how is
Um,
yours for you?
so I do multiples
Mm-hmm.
because you could do like display ads or just search ads. I guess depending what you're trying to market.
Got you.
Um, Search ads, for sure. I always run those. Display ads too. If I'm trying to show like images, there's YouTube ones you can run too.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like a 15-second video or so. But yeah, you do multiple just depending on what you're marketing.
Okay. And is that only for the campaigns? For example, Facebook used to be able to give you a whole lot more for, but now it seems like to open to your audience, your own people that like you have to pay some money to be. Is
Yeah.
Google Ads kind of like that? How, what will be like the retention part that you want to kind of sort of hope for, that you keep those people instead of as soon as whatever it is they leave and they don't ever tap into your business? Is that the owner, the company that has to be able to deliver on that to be able to do a good job so they can just come back? Oh.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I had one issue before where I was bringing people, like, I guess leads, you would call them,
Mm-hmm.
in, but the guys weren't closing those leads. And they're like, well, yeah, like we didn't close any of these leads, but it's not on the marketer. Like the marketer's here to bring you the leads, but you have to close them.
Your job is for you to have the phone ring or the
Right.
messages come in that they're inquiring about a particular business, and then it's up to the company to be able to deliver and close on those deals to
Right.
be able to go ahead and do it. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what I do, I track calls from Google My Business. One of the companies had like a recording system. So every time someone called, we could listen to the call and see what the receptionist was saying and all that. And yeah, they dropped the ball on that end a few times.
Hmm.
But yeah, you can't blame the marketer if your people can't close the deal.
So you'll be able to even coach the owner at that time, like, look, we're listening to here. This is what happened. This is where it seems like it fell off.
Right.
This is where you would need to be able to tell the receptionist or whoever is working on that deal that they fell off to be able to close it. And even then, you're able to coach them
Right. Yeah.
with the services you provide.
Yeah. I try to do depending on because there's different levels that I can do. Is like some people just want website management. Some people want like the entire thing, website content and all that stuff, running ads. But yeah, like if they have like the full package, I'll go in there. If they have something set up where I can give them advice, like, hey, I think y'all should do this, so it'll help better. Maybe do certain videos. I'll coach them on the videos and stuff like that.
Okay. When you started doing marketing and realized all the stuff that's out there, was there any a moment that you're like, wow, this is really something that people don't know that is so obvious?
Um, I mean, it's because I see a lot of people that say they do marketing, but it's
Uh-huh.
just running ads, and that's the majority of the companies. And I'm like that you can't do just ads. So what I try to do is just everything. Like if it's within their budget, then I try to do everything.
Hmm.
Um, because it just helps. It's because when people are searching for your company, yeah, they'll see the ad, but then what are they gonna do after? Especially if it's for a roof. Roofs can be 20,000 plus depending on the size.
Yeah.
So they're not just going to give that house to anyone. So they're going to do their research. They're going to go through Google, look at reviews. If you have social media, they're going to see if you're doing that, especially your website. So if all that's not aligned, then you're not going to get that job.
Yeah. Okay. The as far as the psychology part, you had mentioned earlier the psychology part. What do you mean in regards to that? What does it mean? What are you looking for? What do you see? What was the things that you started noticing that you were be able to, I don't know if you implement psychology or
Mhm.
know about the psychology of the business or the customer that helps you create the ads?
So pretty much every company is different. So I just look at just the data. So if people are, let's say, we'll stick with the roofing. If people are looking at the images more than everything else, then I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we need more images.
Yeah.
If we put out a video, you can see how long they watched the video.
Right.
And then I'll go back, look at the video and what did we talk about, where they fell off. And I'm like, okay, majority of people are interested in this subject. So the next video that we shoot, we'll kind of stick with that and make it longer and just scratch everything else.
Wow.
Age groups, if it's female, male, um, like you get a lot of data,
Yeah.
which a lot of people don't
What
know.
makes you wanna what did you see on data, whatever you want to call it, that you
Mhm.
started noticing that you really like to look into these things? What is it?
I have no idea to be honest. I like numbers.
Uh-huh.
Like I like doing finances and all that. And I don't know if that's related to data, but I don't know. I enjoy it. Like I don't want to keep doing the same thing every single day. So with these different companies, it's different data that I'm ingesting. and then trying to figure out what's the best way to market.
So you can have 5 different roofing companies, but none of them run the same way. None of them are
Right.
established the same way. They're all different. Some of the keywords might be kind of similar, but some of the other things that they do is just not even the same as far as the campaigns that you'll be able to run for them.
Right. Yeah. And then even then, what I try to do is I limit how many people of the same company I work with, because it just becomes like a conflict of interest. Whereas like, what do you mean you're running for 5 companies, and this company got leads, but this company didn't? So it's like I try to limit that.
Yeah. Okay. So we usually try to stick with just one of a roofing, one roofer, one whatever it is, just to make sure that you keep it fair for them
Right.
and
Right.
it's not a conflict.
Right.
That's cool because I'll be like taking all of them. I'm just kidding. I won't take guest money. Okay. The drone. So
Mhm.
you started implementing the drone. When did you start implementing the drone? Why did you want to? Now it seems like everybody and their mama has a drone,
Right.
but there's certain things that you have to do correctly to be able to operate a drone. Can you tell
Right.
us about that? Why did you want to implement a drone? And what is the correct things that you need to have here in the Dallas Fort Worth area that you don't get yourself in a pickle, in
Got it.
trouble?
So first thing you need is a Part 107. So you got to go in. I don't know if they're doing it online now because with COVID that
Yeah.
happened. But you used to have to go into this office, cameras and all that, take the test, and as long as you passed it, then you get your Part 107 card, and then you can fly drones legally for profit. What people kind of forget about is if they think they're not selling it, if they're not selling it, they think it's fine. But no, let's say you're shooting uh, a house for your friend that they're trying to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You can shoot it, not charge them, tell them, yeah, it's fine and all that. But down that road, you're gonna make money, even if you didn't sell it right then and there. You're gonna make money, so you can still get in trouble for that. And I got called in to the FAA one time.
You did.
I did.
What happened? Can you tell us a little bit what happened?
Yeah, so I had posted a video. So one thing you're not allowed to do is fly over highways that where cars are passing by. And
100% forbidden.
yeah, because if something happens, that drone falls, hits a car,
Creates an
yeah,
accident.
an accident, people get killed. So
Uh-huh.
like they treat drones just like if it was an airplane.
An
Like
airplane.
if you shoot down a drone, it's considered like if you're shooting down an airplane.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not
So
allowed
it
to
could be
shoot
a
'em down.
felony.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely go to jail.
Okay. So tell us about what happened.
So I was I was doing a video for a new building that was being constructed, and one of the shots I did, I flew over the highway to kind of like present the building, and I guess someone saw it, and I guess they told the FAA like, "Hey, here's a link of this guy that was flying over the highway," and then yeah, I got a letter. They called me up there, and I had to explain what was going on. So I told him like at first I didn't know you couldn't do that because I knew there were some rules, but as far as that one, I thought it was fine. And yeah, they were like, "Well, just don't do it again." And yeah, just left the office.
So when you took your test, that part wasn't covered as far as or you don't remember if it was one of the questions that they had not to do that.
Right, because like you can't fly over crowds. And in my mind, I was like, okay, well that makes sense. You know, if it falls, it's gonna hurt them. But when someone's in the car, I kind of thought about it different. And yeah, I made that mistake. And well, especially putting it on YouTube.
Was it a fine that they give you, or what was
Uh,
it?
yeah. So well, they didn't give me a fine for that one because it was like my first offense.
Mm-hmm.
But if they catch you flying without the Part 107, let's say it's just you probably get fined like $1,000. I don't know if they've changed it yet, but if someone hires you, um, knowing you don't have that Part 107, they'll get fined like $10,000,
For hiring you for not having a
Right.
license.
and they'll
Whoa.
fine the pilot like $1,000 around there,
Wow.
unless it's changed.
How pricey is the certification to get?
Um,
Is it pricey? Is it hard to pass the test?
it's a little hard, but it's open book. Unless they
Mm.
change that too, but it's open book. I don't remember what they charged to take the test.
It wasn't in the hundreds, was it?
I feel like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like spend if it's $100, like spend it is way better than getting fined $1,000 for each
Yeah.
offense.
Each event.
Each-
Okay. Tell me, learning about the drone, some of them, again, you mentioned the highway. You're not
Mhm.
able to fly the drone on the highway. What are the other few that you are 100% not able to do or fly over the drone?
Airports for sure. Unless you have permission, but yeah, to fly over airport that's hard to get permission, and that's So airports,
Over
what is
crowds,
it?
you mentioned.
Over crowds, jail for sure. You can't fly over a jail. Um, I think that's the big ones.
Yeah. But if you do everything correctly, though, you found that it was profitable for companies.
Right. Yeah. And I just started doing implementing that in music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So K-Pac Films, he would hire me to do the drone shots for his music videos, and then cut the clips in there. That's kind of where I started with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously my own stuff just to stand out from everyone else because yeah, a lot of people weren't using drones back then.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's profitable. Just everybody charges different.
Yeah.
So I have a drone for just regular stuff. I have an infrared drone for commercial roof inspections. That one's way pricier compared to just regular stuff.
You don't want that one in your music video.
No, no, no. This is infrared. It's like it detects heat and all that stuff.
Somebody might want a cool shot, but you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah, yeah. No, the camera alone's like $6,000.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
the camera.
$6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good investment.
No, yeah, yeah. It pays well.
Yeah. You also done car shows. I
Right.
think it was, I don't know if it was you, but I think it was you Best of Dallas, I believe, or you were
Um,
involved with that one.
Yeah, just on shooting the videos
Videos.
for it. Yeah, the promo videos.
But then you were also did your pretty much your own, but you have people that helped you with it, which was
Right.
the
Yeah, Texas Auto Show.
Texas Auto Show at the Waxahachie,
Yeah,
the Motorplex.
Yeah, the Texas Motorplex.
Okay. Why did you want to do the car show? I know you were very involved with shooting the stuff. I know you've been
Right.
part of that environment before. But what made you want to do it? How did it turn out for you?
I mean, for those that know me from back then when I was shooting music videos, car videos,
Mhm.
I was hosting cruises, just
Mm.
getting a whole bunch of car clips together, and then we just take over the highway and all that. Um, and then after the news picked it up, I was like, oh, let me step back a little bit.
What they were doing, getting there was
Oh,
yeah, causing havoc.
yeah, we came on
Shutting
the
down
news
the
twice.
streets?
Yeah, Fox 4 News picked it up twice. Rides magazine picked it up. I don't know who else picked it up, but I was like, oh man, like I didn't think it was gonna get this big.
What was the most cars that you ever did at one time
I don't know. Like maybe we had 300 cars
in
the
one
street.
Cruise?
Probably, yeah.
Jesus.
It
No
was-
wonder they call you.
If anybody knows Rochester Park over there by the Pleasant Grove area, like
Mhm.
we filled up that entire park. And then from the park just went down, was it 175 or something?
And that's all relationships from when you used to shoot pictures that you got to them that
Right.
whenever you told them you are hosting a cruise.
Right.
What
Yeah,
did it just entail? Just tell them you're gonna be cruising and that's it, and you're gonna be shooting footage.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, hey, we should all get together, do a cruise, and just ride around the city. And I didn't think that many people were gonna show up, but they did. And I was like, that's that was huge support.
300 is a lot.
Yeah, no, like I had to guess. I wish I had drones back then to take an
But you
aerial
couldn't be on the
image.
highway. Remember,
Right,
it was in the neighborhoods. He's on the right thing nowadays. He learned his lesson.
right,
But okay, so the show, back to the Tejas show. You shoot the show.
right.
You know, it's a good investment to get that venue, I'm guessing. And how does the people, how did they react? I know the weather wasn't cooperating that much.
Right. Yeah, so it was raining at the beginning. But that's what made me want to be involved with the show from back then where I couldn't host an actual show and just cruises.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me get people that I still know together or anybody else that wants to come that I don't know yet
Yeah.
and just get them all together in this thing in the car show.
And then you had artists and you had DJs and then of course the cars. Was there any particular car that was it a custom car show? Was it a trucks only? Was there lowriders or was it open format? Anybody
Uh,
can join.
Yeah, anybody could come. It could have been bikes, it could have been motorcycles, lowriders, big wheels, and all that.
So whenever you explain it to people as far as you having this car show, what were you telling them? Texas car show, Texas car show?
Yeah, Texas Auto Show. Well,
Texas Auto Show. Texas Auto Show is most open format, all kinds of cars here in Texas.
Right.
We're having them are gonna be here and we're gonna have entertainment.
Right. Yeah. Because I kind of got in late. Because I didn't get on the ground floor when it was being planned and all that. So I
Mhm.
came in later on to help with the website, shoot the music videos. I mean, the videos and all that. But yeah, it was just pretty much we invited everybody. We didn't run ads or anything. We are like, let's see how this first one goes, and then depending how this one goes, if we decide to do another one, then we'll go like full blown running ads and all
So with
that.
somebody else's project, then you help them
Right,
keep
pretty
it
much.
running?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we
dope.
kind of just partnered up and just joined forces to try to make it happen.
By the look, it seemed like it was your car show
Oh,
by itself. Oh, no, just looking from the outside, looking in
got it.
just,
Okay.
but I know there was other people involved, but it's
Right.
pretty cool that you jumped and then you did what your part that
Right,
you
right.
needed to do, which is awesome. How was the who was your entertainment at that time? Who would you have perform?
I think it was Grupo Presión.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't handle that end,
Yeah,
so I'm not 100% who all performed because we had two stages. There was like the main stage and then the other stage. So there's like local artists on one stage, and then like the main groups on the bigger stage.
that's awesome. Awesome. And is it coming back again in 2024? You have undecided yet?
Not decided yet.
Yeah.
They reached out. They're like, hey, are gonna run it out again and around the same date? We're like, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
So we haven't decided yet.
That's awesome. All right. It's we're running short on time, but I appreciate very much everything that you share. I think is a lot of knowledge as far as the way that you're supposed to do it. As far as like Google Ads, analytics, marketing. It's just so much of like it seems so big.
No, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So for anybody that's fairly new, how do you advise them to go and start looking into and if they want to be like like behind the market to do that part, what would you advise them or recommend them to do first?
I mean, as far as free stuff, just YouTube. Like YouTube has a lot of information, how to run ads and all that stuff. But like everything else, you have to kind of do it yourself because by the time you watch that video, things probably changed.
And it's crazy that you tell me is even within a week's time that the SEO, even on your website, you're
Right.
gonna have to adjust to be able to be found and ranked.
Yeah, yeah, because I use different programs just to see how everything's going, and yeah, I'll see keywords drop like certain amount, and I'm like, well, got to go in and either change that or just word it differently.
That's
It, it,
crazy.
it's a whole nother job. So if anybody gets into this, it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. I mean, you talking about certifications that you have, brand management. You have changed your logo.
Right.
It's more catered to more friendly, more inviting, not so many
Yes.
spikes.
Right.
No danger behind that. Pretty standard colors. Email marketing. So you learn something about that to be able to either reach out to customers for the I'm sorry, the employer you're working with. I'm sorry, the business you're working with,
Right.
or more of for you to be able to acquire businesses.
No. So I do like constant contact email campaigns. Some companies like to do it monthly. Some people like to do it quarterly. So I they give me pretty much the wording. I build a campaign and then send it off, and then just look at it on the back end, who's opened it, who pressed links, who went to the website, and all that.
That's awesome. Social media marketing, of course. Foundation of digital marketing. What is that one exactly?
So pretty much,
Just pretty much the basics.
yeah, the basics.
Google digital marketing, e-commerce. So you did e-commerce too?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how to do that too.
Yeah, yeah. I can build an e-commerce website and then obviously track everything that's happening there.
Awesome. Congratulations. One of your biggest accomplishments is having your daughter.
Right.
How did that feel whenever you brought your little girl to this world?
Good, good. I'm always worried that she was a girl, but yeah, she's a girl dad, so it works out perfectly.
Yeah. Did you cry? You can be honest with us. A lot of dads do cry.
I don't think I did. I was excited, but
Did you pass out? Maybe that's why you didn't cry.
right, that I don't remember. No, I don't think I cried. I was
Yeah,
excited. Like
that's
I felt
awesome.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. And of course, we talked about your drone, and you actually went and taught some kids how to operate the drone or how to show them.
Right.
How did that come about? And what school was it?
I think the first one that I did was Irving High School.
Yeah.
So I had gone to Irving High School for like ROTC,
Mm,
and I went back to teach them how to fly drones.
yeah.
And I was working with a different company. He was doing something with the FAA and all that. He was like, "Hey, you want to come and like pretty much teach the kids how to fly drones, what they can do with drones and all that?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And yeah, went back to the old school that I used to go to. And I only went to that school for ROTC. The other one was the Academy of
Mhm.
Irving. But yeah, it was a good experience.
And then the high school too. You showing them how to do the drone.
Yeah, that was the high school.
That was a high
Irving High
school?
School.
That's cool. That's dope. How were the kids? When you taught the kids, how were they taking it in?
I mean, since I was older than them, I was like, man, hopefully I wasn't like this when I was their age. But they liked it. Like some were more interested than others. Some were like, I wonder what we can tie to this
Yeah,
and like deliver stuff.
that's cool.
But they had different ideas.
Whenever you were making your way over here, drive. I don't know if you were any other questions that you had in mind driving over here. Oh, I hope he asked me this, or maybe we can touch up in this. Is there anything that you have in mind?
No, I think you covered everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to remind everybody like you got to start like somewhere. Doesn't matter what age you start, you just got to start it. Because start from a pink camera to now, getting ready to buy like a what is it, $7,000-8,000 camera to continue growing the company. But yeah, a lot of people don't start because they don't want to go through that grind to get where they want to be.
What is your what are you projecting to do in the next few years as far as expanding the business? Are you looking into still doing this or maybe doing something different for maybe something that you've been looking into do? I don't know if it's maybe documentaries or any other stuff that you want to tap into.
Um, Not right now. The so far the only plan is to sign up either 2 or 3 more companies, and then start hiring people to help me with the business so we can keep expanding it.
Yeah. Where do you see your vision as the business itself and the entity being as how big do you want it to be?
Um, that's something I've asked myself like a lot. I'm like, cause some people want to be business owners, some people want to be self-employed, and I'm like, kind of want to be in between. I don't need a huge company to be happy, just enough to pretty much provide for the family.
Mm-hmm.
So if it grows, I'm kind of like just taking it by ear. If it grows to where we have like 100 employees, then perfect. If it doesn't, like I'm satisfied with what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. Awesome. Real quickly before we let you go, any all your social media, where can they reach you at if they want to acquire by getting your services for their company? Where can they go ahead and reach you at? Where can they find you? All your social media, not your telephone number. People are strange whenever I
Right.
made the mistake of putting their telephone numbers in there. I want to take it back, but it's already done. But social media, where can they find you at?
Social media, I mean, even my phone number is on there. And
Yeah.
I thought about that too before. I was like, do I want to put my phone number out there?
With the website
And
and
I did, yeah.
social media, it's fine. They can find
Yeah.
it there.
If you go to the website, it's just www.spiderwebmediallc.com. On social media, or even if you just Google just Spiderweb Media, maybe put Dallas at the end of it, and just all my profiles will show up.
Definitely LLC, Spider-Man Media LLC,
Right. Yeah.
Spiderweb Media LLC will definitely come because I was Googling it,
Yeah. No, random ones come up.
trying to find stuff. I didn't find a lot, but it's good. Well, I found you. Search.
Right.
As soon as you search, you pop up. You're in the first page of Google because it's a big deal for people to be able to find.
Right.
And whenever you're certain phrases, but yours is there, and I was able to find some of the links that you have. So, it works. It works. What is a very important lesson that you learn doing photography, videography, marketing that you will tell your younger self that will help somebody else out?
I would say because a lot of people get bummed if they don't have like the nicest camera. Like you don't have to start with the nicest camera. Like if I would have, you just like hone your skills as far as editing, doing angles and all that stuff, then you're fine. Eventually you'll get a better camera. So if I would have told myself back then, like, hey, just work on your skills, eventually you'll get a better camera, then I think I would have advanced even faster if I would have told myself that.
So do you feel that you were being held back because you felt in your mind you were limiting yourself instead of like getting that camera that's not the greatest, but just work the heck of it, learn the heck out of it to be able to even the lighting and everything that you're able to like outgrow the camera to where you get more jobs and then later on with that money you're able to invest on another camera?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of people want to start like at the very top. It's like, no, just make sure your skills are good because cameras come and go, but your skills, like you have them forever.
Because the fundamentals, even
Right.
for a camera, you still have to know the lighting and everything in the beginning. Whether you're
Right.
shooting with a $100 camera to a $6,000 camera, if you just don't got those basics,
Yeah.
it's not the equipment.
Yeah. And a lot of people shoot like on their phone too.
Yeah,
And the like quality is great, but then the editing is like, it's kind of choppy and all that.
yeah,
So like, no, just work on your skills. Don't worry about the camera. Just use what you have.
yeah. So you did feel like you were a little held back on your own just because of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and that was like my thinking back then. It's like, oh, it's because I don't have a camera, I don't have a good lens, and all that. But no, like it doesn't matter.
That's dope. That's dope. You're able to look at it because I mean, but the thing is that you never gave up and just kept working it regardless. And maybe at the time when you were younger, it was a mind thing, but now it's like, it's cool. It's cool. All right. When I wake up usually or somewhere around my day, I say a phrase: "I'm not immortal. I am mortal, and I will not. I will die one day." Not to scare me, not to frighten me, not to terrorize me, or anything like that. It's just a fact of life, right? With that, it makes me want to hurry up and do stuff. Make sure that I stay busy and do things. We're not here forever. It's just an obvious thing. It's not something that I just invented. However, with that, when everything's said and done, I wish you a long, prosperous life. However, what do you want people to think and feel about your life?
I mean, I don't know. Everyone has like different opinions. Just I'm a stand-up guy, pretty much, and that's it. Like I just focus on business. I rarely do well, I don't do interviews, and I don't put my like personal life out there. So yeah, if anybody sees other interviews later on, like I don't know.
I appreciate you very much. The the fact that you don't do interviews,
Right.
but you allow me to be able to talk to you. I don't get too personal, but I like
Right.
to show a little bit of you, who you are, and maybe somebody can relate of the things that you're going through, the things that
Right.
you went through, to be able to inspire them to be able to do something. Maybe some young person that is a videographer or a photographer, they're dealing with this right now. Like,
Right.
I don't have the greatest stuff. I don't have the Jordans. I don't have this, dude. Like,
Right.
focus on running, focus on working your camera, and maybe that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you created your own stabilizer with pipes at that time,
Yeah.
that now you get to invest in your company, your LLC, and be able to get better equipment, some of the top-notch things. But now you have the skills because you worked all those things that were not the best things to be able to work these and
Right.
get better results.
Yeah.
And that to me is just amazing, the fact that you were able to do that. And then not only that, but I remember I ran into you years ago. I haven't been
Yeah.
knowing about you. I didn't realize how much of the other stuff, but I started realizing some of the other things you do. And I felt like you're a great example to be able to tap into and get to people to know about you and your businesses. It's going to help your business. I hope it does help your business tapping in, but at the same time, the little bit of knowledge that you share with us, will be able to help somebody else expand their business.
Right.
So I appreciate it very much. And with all the SEO, all the marketing and everything else, and the targeting and everything, I have no doubt that you are definitely a global Latin factor. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the time that you don't do interviews, but you still took the time to be here.
That's fine. Like I've known you forever, so
I
like
know.
I gotta come.
Yeah. Thank you once again. No doubt that you definitely are a global Latin factor. Mario Herrera, you are a global Latin factor. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here. I appreciate it. This was another episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Remember to subscribe because it's free. It's free. For real. It is free. Go try it right now. I dare you. Look. And remember, we are just like you. We are humans. We are the spice in this melting pot that it is the world. Till next time. Thank you very much for checking out this episode of the Global Latin Factor podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe to the channel. Check out the content and the episodes that we have ready for you. Thank you very much. Till next time.
Walks like a pero but in fact is a flamingo. Coming to Havana and from Puerto Rico.